Now the light has come on. Well, one of the important things I think in being successful is that we're relatively happy about it. And perhaps Piggy here has only got a small chip and a battery and doesn't have many of the other pressures that we have in the work environment. And one of the sources, I think, of not being happy is a lack of understanding of how things are working. Uncertainty, while good for financial markets if you're trying to make money, isn't necessarily good in a lot of job contexts, a lot of planning contexts. And so what we've been finding with our research is that by increasing an understanding of linkages, people do feel a little bit more comfortable with it. So in our region, again, we've got another major initiative on the question of economic development and how things ought to be organised. And one wonders whether things like big infrastructure items, an airport, for example, should that be owned by a number of district councils? Should it be owned by a regional council? Should it be linked to one of the major airports in New Zealand so that it really becomes a feeder terminal for a major airport? So here one might ask the question about, should our airport be a check-in terminal with fast coach services up the expressway to Auckland and just straight through to customs when you get there? Pre-checked baggage already ticketed, everything done, right? Or should we be trying to extend the airport and make it an international terminal? Should it be an alternative landing place for Auckland? Should we have a key stakeholder who has an interest in airports in other countries? Or maybe we ought to be asking the question of public participation and ownership. And then you might say, oh no public member is going to buy shares in this because there's no money to be made? No money to be made. Why are we as ratepayers doing this then? Motorways, bridges, all sorts of infrastructure items are really important to regional development, as are social activities in terms of attracting the right sort of people for the right sort of jobs in the right locations. We have work in the area of ageing, profile of people, demography, but linking this to economic development and getting the right people into the right place seems to me a huge miss in a lot of regional development. And I'm mindful of that this week as the university is about to start its major semester for the year, and I spoke to an intake of students from Hangzhou in China here to study finance. They start work today on their transition paper. 54 of them come here to study for a couple of years, and what they really need to do to get the most out of it is understand the Western mindset, how we think about things compared to how people in China think about things. Yet, as a resource, how do we use these linkages of international students who go back to China, India, Indonesia and other places? Do we tap into that as a business community? No,